Welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is gonna be absolutely bonkers. Now, the data is in Boise, Idaho is in full crash mode right now. And I would also argue that Las Vegas is about to enter full crash mode as well. And today what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over a report on 4 metro areas that are out west that are extremely overvalued, which is Las Vegas, Phoenix, Salt Lake City, Utah, and Boise, Idaho. So those are the 4 metro areas we're going to look at today. And we're going to start at overvaluation. Number 2, we're going to look at median sales price. Number 3, we're going to look at inventory. And number 4, we're going to look at active listing price cuts to kind of get an overall opinion on what's going on in the housing market. But real quick, you guys, as far as Las Vegas, I want to give a shout out to a YouTuber, the Lebo Group. This man seems to be on point when it comes to Las Vegas. When I was reviewing Las Vegas, I stumbled upon his channel, and I've actually seen him on other channels. This guy's absolutely on point. So if you guys want more information on Las Vegas, go to this channel, listen to him. I find his videos actually really refreshing, and I love his blunt attitude. I absolutely love his attitude, actually. But he's got really good content. Give him a check out, guys. But remember, this is my personal YouTube channel. I'm not a financial advisor, but for all this effort, you guys know I'm putting a lot of effort on giving you guys reviews on the entire nation and the metro area. So for those efforts, like this video, please. Subscribe if you haven't. Comment below. Help me out with the algorithm. YouTube is an absolute nightmare for content creators. So please, you guys, help me move this message, help me put some message. But we're going to start with this video right now. And I found the information absolutely shocking. All right, so let's start with overvaluation right now. Now, you guys remember what I'm doing to come up with overvaluation, and it's not a true comparison, but I'm only looking at an annual growth rate. And this is Black Knight's annual HPI growth here. So this is not looking at the past 2 years, and you'll notice that Boise isn't even on this list. So Boise, as of, the annual growth is over 12%. Under 24% because it goes to top 10 and then bottom 10 right here. So it's somewhere in between, but it's not even listed on this map, which I find kind of shocking, quite frankly. But if we look at the 2 years, it's greatly overvalued. But as you can see, Las Vegas in just 1 year up 24.3%. So Las Vegas hugely overvalued. Also, guys, Phoenix is massively overvalued as well at 23%. Salt Lake City area, this is a roundabout area at 21%. Again, Boise's not here, but of these 4 metro areas, obviously looking at only annual HPI growth, Las Vegas is the leader here, followed shortly by Phoenix. But all 4 of these metro areas, you guys, are extremely overvalued. So once we start jumping into this data, I think you're going to find this information absolutely shocking, because these are the metro areas that are like in the midst of the biggest activity of housing market crash data, right? So it's the biggest housing market crash activity happening in these metro areas. Now let's get started with median sales price. We're going to take a look at what the peak is compared to what it is right now. And we're going to look at the percentage of decrease. Let's go. And you guys, it was really fun to cover these 4 metro areas instead of like an individual state, because these are experiencing radical changes right now. And I'm going to use Redfin once again. I'm actually going to use Zillow for Salt Lake City because for some reason Redfin didn't have Salt Lake City, but Redfin had all the other ones. So this is Las Vegas. And here's what's important, you guys. So Las Vegas, and this is median sales price, not listings. This is sold, right? Median sales price. So this is really relevant data. Now, as you can see, Las Vegas actually peaked in May at 456K. It went all the way down to 420K right here, which is a difference of $36,000 or a loss of 7.8%. That's right, guys. 7.8% in Las Vegas already. So once again, already Las Vegas is down 7.8%. You guys remember, 15% is what I need. 15% I call that's a housing market crash. They're more than halfway there. Some people think only 10% is a housing market crash, and I don't think necessarily those people are wrong, right? But Las Vegas is getting destroyed. So when we go into the fall and winter months, look at Las Vegas. If you're a potential homeowner in Las Vegas, start smiling because Las Vegas is all messed up right now. Now let's move on to Phoenix. Now Phoenix is right behind Vegas as far as exhibiting activity. All right, so here's Phoenix right here, guys. Now it's very, very interesting to point out that Phoenix actually peaked in June at 488K. Since then, it has gone down to 459K, which is a difference of $29,000. So Phoenix has gone down from peak 5.9% or $29,000. That means if you were going to buy right here in June and you just waited till now, you saved yourself $29,000 and a whole bunch more inventory options. Because don't forget, unlike the beginning of this year in 2021, now we also have inventory options, not just price declines. We have opportunity to find something we love and not settle on a piece of junk, right? And you guys, I'm skipping Salt Lake City because Salt Lake City has not peaked yet. Salt Lake City, Utah has not peaked, so I'm skipping that. Plus, Redfin doesn't show that, and Zillow's data is just really wacky to read, so I'm just going to skip it. But know that Salt Lake City did not peak. So now we're in Boise, right? And Boise is, in my mind, is in the worst shape of all four metro areas, right behind Las Vegas. So it goes Boise, Las Vegas, and then Phoenix. I think those are the top three like meltdown areas right now, to be honest with you. But Boise peaked in May. So Boise peaked in May at 546K. Okay, so 546K in May. It's gone down all the way to $500,000 or a difference of $46,000. So the people that were purchasing in May, they were probably purchasing at over asking price. If they would have just waited 2 months, you guys, they would have saved $46,000 plus whatever they bid over asking price, which is a difference of 8.4%. So Boise is down almost 10% since May. You guys, shocking, right? That is absolutely shocking. And I believe a lot of that, this went up so high is because overwhelming investor demand and migration, right? Overwhelming investor demand and migration. They didn't have a lot of units to start out with. Massive price racket up, massive price drop downward at a loss of, in just 3 months, 8.4%. You guys, all right? So that is massive. So each of these four cities, except Salt Lake City, Utah, massive price drops already. This should be especially refreshing if you're trying to purchase in those areas. But the reason why I did Salt Lake City, Utah is I believe that's going to be a metro area that will crumble. But I also want to show you guys how much the inventory has gone up in Salt Lake City, Utah. So let's move on to the next thing, guys. Let's take a look at all four metro areas and let's take a look at their inventory growth right now. Okay, guys, so we're starting out here at Las Vegas. Okay, so Las Vegas low was actually in December, and you fast forward to today, they actually have an additional 6,468 units, or inventory growth from peak to now is 119% in Las Vegas. So if you waited, not only have prices gone down, you have 119% more inventory from the low. That's a triple digit inventory growth for Las Vegas. So Las Vegas is doing a lot. All right, guys. So here's Phoenix. So Phoenix was actually at the low in January. If you fast forward to today, Phoenix actually has an additional 10,203 units, or 93% increase of inventory. So Phoenix again has gone up 93%. So Phoenix is in good shape for a reset, as is Las Vegas. But take a look at Salt Lake City, Utah. So you'll notice here I had to use Zillow because Redfin did not have Salt Lake City, Utah. But what's interesting to note is the low was actually in February. So if we fast forward to February until now, Salt Lake City actually has 1,662 more units, or 134% increase in inventory. Here's why that's important, guys. Even though Salt Lake City, Utah has 134% inventory growth, median sales prices haven't gone down yet. It still hasn't peaked, which means inventory is not necessarily something that is going to impact prices heavily. In other words, we don't need hyper inventory to have a housing market crash. This is very, very interesting. And that's also evident if you compare Tampa and Miami, Florida. Go ahead and look at Tampa and Miami or watch a video and you'll see for yourself. Now we go to the craziest metro area of all, Boise. Listen to what's going on in Boise. So the low is actually in February. If we fast forward from February until now, we have an additional amount of 2,519 units, or you guys ready? You guys sitting down? 170%. So 170% inventory growth in Boise, guys. That is insane, right? That is absolutely insane. So, I'm not saying that hyper inventory is not going to lead to decreased prices, but what I'm saying is there's a lot of other factors involved other than just inventory. Because again, we have historically low inventory, yet prices are declining and inventory is going up. Right? And why is that? Because the demand has been destroyed, and we've made this bubble because of hyper demand. When the Federal Reserve lists the floodgates of demand, it doesn't matter how much inventory we have. But again, Boise, 170% inventory growth, shocking, down over 8% in median sales price. So that's a normal trend. More inventory, lower prices, right? Or higher rates, lower prices. So those are normal trends. But again, what's very fascinating is if you compare Tampa and Miami, it actually has the reverse of those trends, which is very, very fascinating. So let's end here, guys, with price cuts. Take a look. All right, here's the price cuts, guys, in Las Vegas. So it's pretty high, actually. Las Vegas is actually at 11.4%. So that's a good amount of active listings that are doing price cuts right now. That's showing you guys that there's a bit of a pandemonium on the seller side. Now take a look at Phoenix. Phoenix is actually over Las Vegas at 14.3%. So 14.3% of listings are price cutting in Phoenix. Now take a look at this, you guys. And again, I don't like using Zillow, but according to Zillow, Salt Lake City, Utah has been price cutting about 18.6%. So it's really astonishing to know that Salt Lake City has 134% increase of inventory, 18.6 of listings are being cut, but yet the housing market still has not peaked. And again, I'm telling you guys, that is why monitoring your local market is so important. All right, guys, so let's end out here with Boise. So the price cuts in Boise, as you probably guessed it, are actually not the highest. It's actually the second highest at 16%. So there's it's 16% price cut in Boise, 170% increase of inventory, right? Over 8% in price cut. Do y'all see why I'm saying Boise right now is going through the first stages of a massive housing market crash? To me, it's super evident in Boise. It's also evident in Las Vegas. Las Vegas is, in my opinion, it's already started. Boise's already started the market crash. But the really great thing here, guys, is you can do the same thing as what I did by accessing the links in my description, by doing the drop-down menu, selecting your local metro area or whatever metro area is closest, and then just do the math yourself, or just listen to my videos and tell me what metro area that you want covered. Now, other than that, you guys, I really hope you got some value from today's video. And if you're out there investing in real estate, I do wish you luck and I hope you win.